Gather round me, lads and lasses, and lift your mugs up high, for a tale of one bold congressman will sing before goodbye, with whispers wild and stories strange that drifted far and wide, and truth bent like a willow wand in politics' swift tide. Bye-bye now, Congressman Fang Fang, we won't pretend we'll pine, for missing you would stretch the truth like watered down cheap wine. You spun your yarns and tales so tall they reach the stars above. So mind the door upon your way, no need for push or shove. Hey, don't let the door hit ye where the good Lord split ye. Raise a glass and let it ring. Hey, with a wink and cheer, we'll toast your career and the songs the fiddlers sing. From DC halls to California calls, your legends taken wing. So drink it down and pass it round for Fang Fang's farewell fling. Ah, but wait, me friends, the road ain't clear. It twists and turns ahead, for troubles bloom like dandelions where once you softly tread. In New York town they call your name with papers sharp as knives, and out west too more voices rise with tales from tangled lives. You say they're all just after you, a chorus loud and shrill, yet every town you wander through brings whispers louder still. And now the feds come knocking too, with questions left and right. Oh, Eric, lad, the days have changed from simpler days of slight. Hey, don't let the door hit ye where the good Lord split ye. Raise a glass and let it ring. Hey, from coast to coast you've earned a toast, or at least a song we sing, with rumors grand and shifting sand and truths that twist and cling. We'll laugh out loud with the rowdy crowd at Fang Fang's farewell fling. Oh, once it was but whisper soft to spies and midnight calls, a curious tale for tavern talk and shadow drinking halls. But now the storm has gathered strong, the thunder rolls in fast, and Karma's boots come stomping hard to settle scores at last. From California's sunlit shores to marble steps of power, you danced among the mighty ones and ruled your fleeting hour. But friends in high and mighty seats can vanish in a day, and leave you standing all alone when fortunes fade away. Oh, the fiddles cry and the pipers sigh as the tale comes tumbling down, of a man who thought he'd never fall from his lofty gilded crown. They say you were untouchable, beyond reproach and blame, a master of the grand design, a player in the game. But every card gets counted, lad, and every trick laid bare, and even kings can find themselves without a seat or chair. So here's to you, bold Fang Fang, with a grin both wide and sly. We'll say farewell with laughter loud and not a tear to cry. For though your tale's a winding one and far from at its end, we'll sing it in the pubs tonight with foe and maybe friend. Hey, hey, don't let the door hit ye where the good Lord split ye. Raise a glass and let it ring. Hey, with a roaring cheer we mark your year and the trouble it did bring. From rise to fall we've seen it all, and the echoes loudly sing. So drink it down and pass it round for Fang Fang's farewell.
Hey, good evening, folks. It's Tuesday, 14 April 2026. How's it going? Let me just do a quick sound check here before we get into this. I'm a little bit knackered, so we'll see how it goes tonight. No sound. No sound. Okay. Do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No sound. Hang on. Wow. You can hear me? That doesn't make any sense. Let me stick over here. How can I not hear myself? What the hell's going on over here? That's weird. The advert over here I can listen to now. Yeah. Why can't I hear it? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Still can't hear it here. That's weird. That's never happened before. That's a new one. You guys hear me, but I can't hear it when I check it. That's weird. Let me try to reload that page and see if that does the trick. Oh, I see what happened. I got it. It's okay. It's the tab. The tab is on silent. I don't know why it's on silent. Here we go. Okay, now I should be able to hear it and go. All right, well, sorry about that, folks. It's my test to make sure you guys can hear me. So, wow, okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Wow. Yeah, no, the song is, what do I call that? What did I call that song? Hang on a second. I forget what I called it. Fang Fang's Farewell. That's what I called it. Yep. Fang Fang's Farewell. Yep. Oof, now I'm cooking. I got excited about that. Anyway, welcome back. Sorry about that, folks. Good to see you all here again. How's it going? 6 nights, 4 stays. Interesting. All right. Just looking at something here very quickly. All right. Well, yeah, Fang's in trouble. Eric Swalwell is in a lot of trouble. All right. Thanks, Angelique. Appreciate that. Thank you. Jarrett Rook. I'm seeing lots of new names recently, but the subscriber count isn't soaring like it should be given the number of names that are showing up in chat. Hang on a second. What is this? Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Too many things going on. Hettian McCarthy, what's going on? Broken Arrow. I heard someone say that Broken Arrow about Russia. That'd be interesting. Given the choice, I would go to the USA, not Russia. Okay, Saffling says, okay. Loud and clear. Have a nice day. Oh, you out of here, Teresa? That was quick. Neff, welcome to you. Bad Brads. El Marie. Okay. Haven't caught a night owls in a while. Well, I catch them all the time. Lando Ritz, what's up? Nicola. I haven't seen Nicola in a while. Belito. All right. Jules, hello. Arnold Nevling, Winnie Gen X, Dawn Janssen from Rendsburg, and Alex in from Ohio. Good to see you there. OH10. Vodka Model's back. Okay, so I don't know if people saw today's content, but we had some interesting things happen today. Stories broke this afternoon that, in fact, Cyril Ramaphosa has decided to pin the rose on Roelf Meyer. This is going to go over like a lead balloon. This is not someone that most people in the Afrikaans-speaking community trust. They feel he's betrayed the country. He's 78 years old, and he's been picked to be the next ambassador to Washington. It only took Cyril Ramaphosa 14 months to come up with a name, and it comes up with one of the most obvious names. This is a mistake. This should have been someone like Tony Leon or Bantu Holomisa should have been selected to be the ambassador to the United States. Someone that's serious, someone that didn't betray South Africa, someone that's worked for South Africa. Yeah, either one of those two would have been good picks. Yeah. Wait, don't say that, Angelique. We all get old. No, it's fine for him to go at that age, but the problem is not that. The problem is that he is the person who colluded with Cyril Ramaphosa to help betray everything. They betrayed South Africa, creating this party first, people last, illiberal democracy. That's what South Africa is, and he is one of the architects responsible for that. And that seems to be lost on a lot of folks. But that's the reality. He helped betray South Africa. Did you guys see this Johannesburg cash in transit heist where these two Indian fellows were murdered? And the one guy wound up giving his life. He ran over one of the shooters and then came back trying to say, but I mean, it was incredibly brave, incredibly stupid. He wound up dying as well. It was incredibly brave initially, but they were long dead. There's no chance for them. He came back and wound up dying too. It's something else. Yeah, Tony Lamb would have been a much better choice. Yeah, this is not going to work out very well. This is another mistake. This is another Ibrahim Sola. He won't open his mouth. He's not stupid. But the problem is that this is not going to go anywhere. Can you imagine the first time that the Trump administration says to Roelf Meyer, so we want to talk about expropriation on compensation. How's that going to go? How's that going to go? He's buds with Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa is all in favor of the denial of basic human rights. The ANC talks about how they believe in international agreements, but they don't believe in international agreements. They believe in whatever enriches the ANC. That's the problem here. Yeah, he's a snake. That's what people say. And the nonsense from black supremacists is already hilarious. Oh, what's the problem? Oh, he's an Afrikaner. You should be happy. No, I think most people. Okay, all right. So, all right. This is kind of cheeky. Okay, I'm going to start a cheeky poll. Who would you consider more Afrikaner in SPIRIT? In spirit, okay? Okay. All right, it's a cheeky poll, but here you go. Who would you consider more Afrikaner in spirit? All right, there's the poll. Feel free to answer it. Yeah, I'm not convinced he'll accept the offer either, Broken Arrow. I'm not convinced he'll take it. And that will free Ramaphosa to say, well, see, look, I tried to address the Afrikaner community. We tried to appoint one of the most famous Afrikaners to the job, and he refused. So now I have to pick a dyed-in-the-wool, racist, anti-white, kill the Boer crowd. That's you watch and see. Yeah, there you go. I eat Magog. Welcome to you. Magog. The Magogwa race in the Andromeda Ascendant series. Anyway, yeah, so Fang Fang is in trouble. The guy is in deeper. Every moment we find out more. A woman came forward tonight and claimed that he raped her. Yep, that's what she said. She claimed that he did that. She filed charges against him in Los Angeles County, I believe. The video purported of him with an underage girl, that thing is still in the authorities' possession. Members of Congress have seen it. Ana Paula Luna claims that it's been seen by forensic experts and it's not AI, it's the real thing. Wow. I mean, come on. Seriously. This guy is in deep kimchi. And the thing is that he was the biggest ass ever. He's like, believe women. All the while, he was a smarmy, slimy piece of human. And I always said it all along. He's always so smart. How anybody could have voted for this guy and be so stupid and fooled by him. Yeah. Anyway. Most people have not heard from Roelf Meyer for decades. He's an odd choice. He's not an odd choice at all, Guy, if you understand the situation. He is the one complicit in handing South Africans an illiberal, corrupt, fake democracy in which you do not vote for the people who hold office. You vote for a party list. It's party first, people last. At the ANC, at the DA, party first, people last. They don't believe in the Constitution. They believe in party over people. And that system was set up by Roelf Meyer and Cyril Ramaphosa and others. Yep. Amazing Hot Destination. What's going on? I don't know what to tell you about the poll, why you guys can't see this. I have no control over the poll. I've changed nothing. It's the exact same way it's always been. Let me see something here very quickly. No, it's the exact same thing. I have no control over it. It's simply the way it's done, and I don't understand. Why don't you highlight the text? Use your mouse to highlight the text, and you'll be able to read it. I get emails from people all the time who send me, they think they're clever, and they use colored text in their email. No one can read it. So I'm like, I'll have us a blank screen. So I take the mouse and highlight it, and then I can read it. Must be the cheap Chinese phones in South Africa. Maybe that's the answer. Yep. What news do you get, Vodka Model? South Africa will not be in fiscal outrage as Julius Malema gets convicted. Sycophant thugs who seek to murder white South Africans in the EFF will be an outrage. They'll froth at the mouth, but that's a 6% party. They're disappearing. Okay, well, I'll tell you, if you can't see the top option is Roelf Meyer. The bottom option is Chris Wyatt. Okay. And so far, at least 2 people think that Roelf Meyer is more Afrikaner than I am. Ah, my goodness. Yeah, Roelf Meyer seen in the same light as Martinus von Skalkvik. Where did that guy disappear to? He betrayed the National Party. Not that I'm a fan of the National Party. Well, I'm a Samsung too. I can see it. Yes, that Fang Fang is very full of himself and very arrogant, and he thought that he was untouchable. He was warned. They tried to warn him, but he got out over his skis. Got out over his skis and didn't realize just how vulnerable he was because they didn't want him in that race. The Democrats have stolen democracy in California because they have far more Democrats down in that state than they have Republicans. They created a system and changed the voting so that you have a Democrat and Republican primary, and regardless of which party the people are in, the top 2 percentage vote getters advance to a runoff. Okay? It would normally be Republican versus Democrat in the fall, and then one of them would win. Well, what they decided to do to ensure that a Republican was never on the ballot, that they guarantee that when they come out of the primaries, there'll be a Democrat, they changed the voting system to this corrupt voting system. And what happens is that they look at the vote total, and let's say you get, they all run one primary against each other, which is ridiculous. There's not even political parties. So right now, before Swalwell left, the 2 top vote getters were Steve Hilton, a Republican from the UK, now Californian, and then Chad Bianco from San Diego, I believe, sheriff there or something like that. So they were at like 18 to 16%. Fang Fang was at like 13 or 14%. He was the highest Democrat. So with Fang Fang leaving the race, that frees up like, several percentage points for Democrats. Now they're going to vote for someone else. Those 7 points could go each to the next 2 and bump them up and push Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco off the ticket. They were the front runners, and the race was just stolen by the Democrats. This is the same stuff the ANC, Roelf Meyer, and Cyril Ramaphosa came out with, cheating people out of who they get to vote for. This is moronic. Alana's getting up for coffee. Yep, Roelf Meyer, yep. What's the shocker, that California or Roelf Meyer? So I did a video on Roelf Meyer earlier. A lot of people sending me messages from South. I heard from Dr. Corney Mulder, and he agreed to do an interview with me. I'm just trying to narrow down when that's going to be. It's going to be offline. It's not going to be an interview where there'll be a crowd, because it's going to be a short one, just a feed. But we might have him come on for a long one after that. But as a leader of the party, he's got a lot to do. So, yeah, we're going to have him come on. Anyway. Yeah, the 12th of May, the 1-year anniversary of the 59ers' arrival in America, it was shaping up. By the way, I think that Steve Hofmeyer wrote something nice about my there. Let me see. Response. Let me see. Sort by newest. Okay. All right. Okay, I thought Steve Hofmeyer, he commented on there, along with a bunch of other people. There it is. Steve Hofmeyer says, I hope in history my people will honor your hard work as a single instrumental person to assist us in our time of anguish and turmoil. I keep a record of good deeds to my folk, and you, my friend, are a giant. Well, thank you very kindly, Steve. Okay, all right, so I'll just respond to Steve Hofmeyer there, yep. So that video, again, which breaks the algorithm. People think I'm desperate for views. I've done several videos this week that are killing the algorithm. I did that one. What else did I do? Several thanking people for watching my program. Those just get less than 2,000 views. That kills the algorithm. It's not about the views. It's about the message. And some people seem confused by it. But these are Johnny-come-latelys. They're coming to YouTube or to this venue rather late in the game, and they just assume that that's what it's all about. By the way, the interview with Varoshka this morning is doing all right. That one has 5,400 views. I have to say that what was fascinating about the interview with Varoshka this morning was that, you all discovered that she had not told anybody. She used operational security. She listened to me and followed my advice, and it was smart not to tell people. She tried to tell her employer about a week before she left when she got her ticket, 5 days out, but no one else knew. Her neighbors didn't know. people are concerned. They hadn't heard from a couple of days in South Africa. If someone disappears, particularly an elderly woman or a young girl, you need to worry and go check on them. So our neighbors want to go check on her, and they sent her a message. And then they said, we're going to come over and see you. And she said, well, that'll be difficult. You're going to have a long journey. I'm in Pennsylvania. So I heard from one of her neighbors who wrote me an email and said, imagine my surprise. I tuned into your channel. And I was wondering where my friend, I only know one person my entire life whose name is Voroshka. And I see that, and it's the title, and there she is. There she is on your show in Pennsylvania. And that's one reason why I did it in person. I like to do these interviews in person. It's more friendly and personable. You can also show that it's not AI. But the thing is that I knew that she had not told anybody. So there's no way she's sitting next to me unless she's in Pennsylvania, because I haven't been to South Africa in a while now. So that was pretty cool. A few kilometers away from town where the F gathering is happening. Yeah, nice words from Steve. Yeah, so is that 3 a.m. today when that thing happens? The problem is that, I mean, it's like, it's going to go on forever. I can't get up at 3 and stay up for 4 or 5 hours to cover this. What I'll probably do, I don't know what's going to happen today. Is it going to be a few minutes, or is it going to be a few hours? Because it's supposed to be today and tomorrow. What's the point? Why do you need 2 days for sentencing? Sentencing should take 5 minutes. Mr. Malema, you've been found guilty, and your punishment is. That's it. And then he files an appeal. But they've got it listed for 2 days, so I really don't understand what's going on. So I'm not going to watch it, because, I mean, if I was home but I wasn't doing the war college, then maybe I would. But I'm not going to. So we'll see what happens. Yep. Anyway, there you go. 57 votes out of the 97 people currently here. Yeah, Steve is a nice gentleman. That was so funny. Who would have thought that my neighbor watched the broadcast? I know, Veroshka. Look, see, that's the thing. Guys, okay, let me just tell you something. YouTube says there's 97 people right here right now. You want to bet that number is actually higher? And when we get 500 or 700 for the news broadcast, and we get 1,200 when a refugee interview is done on a Sunday, the number is much higher than that. You see the number of people watching my view, they lie. They lie. There's no way that every person that's ever watched my channel sees me. I mean, I go places and I run into people. You know, it's there's no way that all these people in South Africa everywhere know who I am. And a lot of people don't know who I am because of the shadow banning. But it's no way that so many people know who I am with these views that I get. It's just, anyway. I'll agree with you. Thank you, Winnie. Okay. Said, North Carolina governor has amended policy to have all citizens and not just Muslims who observe and respect Ramadan. What? I have not heard about that. Let's take a look at that. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein officially proclaimed February 17th and 19th as Ramadan, North Carolina, recognized as observes holy month by Muslim residents. Proclamation commends the observance of Ramadan. Now, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Okay, so North Carolina has 11 million citizens, and according to this estimate, 130,000 are Muslims. So less than 1% of the state is Muslim, and he's going to declare it. Well, anyway. Well, apparently it was proclaimed in previous years. It's not a new thing. So I don't know what you guys are getting on about. It's been done before. Love watching interviews. Great one day. Once again, looking forward. Oh, great one today. Once again, looking forward to hearing from the first refugees that went over and hear how they're doing. Yeah, as am I. I'm looking to it in Texas. Oh, look at this. I'm falling. Roelf is catching up. Oh, wow. We got 8% now. So I'm losing here. I'm losing. Roelf Meyer's catching up to me. Anyway, let's get back to this. Got some interesting news here, and this is RT. Isn't RT? Who's RT? Russia Times? Who wrote this? RT News. Who is RT News? Let me see this. RT News. I don't know that outlet. I know RTE. That's Ireland. Russia Today. Yeah, Russia Today. Russia Today writes an op-ed, which appears in the Toilet Paper Record, the Independent Online, which is anything but that. South Africa's government has accused Elon Musk of spreading lies and disinformation, showing no respect for the country's laws after the tech billionaire renewed claims that white farmers were being persecuted there. Musk, who was born in Pretoria, retweeted a video on Monday showing a long line of crosses that was reported to be at a burial site with a caption claiming each cross represents a white farmer who was murdered in South Africa. I didn't see that. Okay. In response, Mangwenya told him to move on from his relationship he is forcefully seeking will not happen due to his disregard for the country's transformation laws. Well, no, he doesn't disregard. He's telling you that your racist laws are inappropriate, and he's not going to comply. He's not going to give his company to people who are your friends so they can become rich at his expense, and he's right. His criticisms also center around Pretoria's black economic empowerment laws, which he claims are discriminatory. Okay, and then what else they say here? Mangwenya responded to the comments saying they are currently, we already read that. There's no news here. See, this is the IOL making news out of something that's not news. That's a waste of time. I'm sorry, just wasted your time with that Russia Times. What a waste. What a waste. That's not news. That's BS. But that's at the top of the IOL. It's right there. Business is what it says. It's not business. Court orders Musa Mthombeni to retract false divorce claims and apologize to Malema. Okay. Well, we know Julius likes the girls lighter. She's definitely a few shades lighter than he is. All right. Files an urgent application. The famous couple approached the court after he alleged that they headed for a split after 11 years of marriage. Even after he filed the application, Kawula went further. Hi, Julius, Malema baby. Thought you'd know that you aren't getting no apology from me. Your close friends repeatedly confirmed that your ill marriage is over. You're getting divorced, and I stand by that. Stop playing dress up. So what happens when Malema actually does get divorced after this guy, or after this woman's been silenced? Ad Home Network for Swalwell. Safely in Ohio, looking for an interview. Where are you in Ohio? Where are you in Ohio? I'm coming to Ohio this weekend, and I have yet to hear. If people sent me something, let me look in my mail. But I've yet to hear from anybody in Columbus or Cleveland other than Alex. Oops. Neff, American boneless pork chops are delicious. Best meat of today. Yeah, but you can't enjoy them in South Africa because of the racist government down there that's banning our pork products in violation. Okay, wait. February 25th. Okay. 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 Hang on. Sorry. All right, taken care of. Well, Amazing Yacht Destinations. Yeah, I think the issue here is if the ANC is not racist, why can't they simply let the Nguni-speaking peoples go back to where they came from, Africa? Okay, I'm going to print this one off. I need this one. All right. I need people to answer my call. So that's that. Let me see if there's something for Cleveland here. That's Columbus. Okay. Okay, there's that. Toledo 6 days ago. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little far away. That's not near Columbus. Yeah, that's too far. Red John misses mechanical keyboard. I don't. Huh, what's this one now here? Just a second here. Come on, man. A little bit faster here, Google. All right, well, that's still not seeing what I'm looking for here. I guess this is going to be a bus trip except for Erie and Pittsburgh. Give me more vodka. You want any more vodka? I have a Samsung as well. Mine is charging right now. What's it doing? 78%. Okay, let's get in there. Okay, all right. All right, so let's get to some of this news, and I'll come back to one unclear there. So Ramaphosa appoints Roelf Meyer. We'll get back to that. Eric Swalwell is being investigated for alleged rape of Lona Drews. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office says. That's what I said. Bad mojo, man. Bad mojo. There it is. A new accuser, Representative Eric Swalwell, he's former representative, he resigned from Congress, said she believed the California Democrat drugged her before choking and raping her in West Hollywood Hotel in 2018. She appeared to be quite emotional about this. He invited me to 2 public events. I knew he was married at the time and that his wife was pregnant. He was my friend. On the 3rd occasion, I believe he drugged my drink. I only had 1 glass of wine. When I arrived in his room, I was already incapacitated, and I couldn't move my arms or my body. He choked me, and while he was choking me, I lost consciousness, and I thought I died. I did not consent to any sexual activity. Wow. She's got Lisa Bloom to be her attorney. He's already under criminal investigation by Manhattan District Attorney's Office in connection with another alleged assault there in New York. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Special Victims Bureau is investigating a case involving a female adult who reported being sexually assaulted by Eric Swalwell. In his resignation statement yesterday, he said, "I'm deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes and judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious false allegations against me." So he's saying he made mistakes, and then he's saying the allegations are fake. Something doesn't wash there, buddy. Let me see something. All right. So civil claims, you have 10 years. So, for instance occurring on or after January 1st, 2019, victims have later of 10 years or 3 years discovering the issue to file a lawsuit. But this occurred before that, so it doesn't say how long they have. So I really don't know the rule. I mean, it looks like it's outside the statute of limitations. It's 2018, so it would be on. Whew, it's warm in here. Now, Senator Ruben Gallego, who's a friend of Creepy Fang Fang, tries to pretend he doesn't know. The Democrats all knew. They knew. They knew that this guy was a sleazeball, and I said he was a sleazeball for years. I don't know that he did these things, but you could see he's smarmy and he's arrogant, and he knew he was up to no good. But Swalwell, excuse me, turn the mic off and I do that. Swalwell has apparently been known to Democrats. They try to put it. Well, I think the minor, the video with a minor, him in a hotel with a 12-year-old, is what did it, because that's why he resigned from Congress. Yep, the Arizona Democrats said their close friendship clouded his judgment about rumors that he was engaged in potentially inappropriate behavior. Oh, he knew. Also, there's no way Nancy Pelosi didn't know. She's his mentor. He called a news conference to reject any suggestions he was aware of Swalwell's misconduct towards women. The Democratic senator who served in the House with Swalwell for a decade said he had no knowledge of predatory behavior. Really? He had heard for many years that Swalwell was a flirty social guy. Yeah, well, I'm sure that Gallego knew this. Will this be the downfall of Gallego as a senator? Who knows? Maybe that'd be good. Say goodbye, Ruben Gallego. It'd be nice to see this one go away too. Well, commercial ships are transiting the Strait of Hormuz now that the United States has control of it. And it turns out that the mines were just a bluff. They can't find any mines. So the Iranians were lying to mislead the world. More propaganda. More than 20 commercial ships have passed through the Strait of Hormuz in the past 24 hours, according to 2 U.S. officials. While commercial traffic is still a fraction of what it was before the war, the flow of vessels is an improvement through a critical choke point. Yep, so there you go. Ships that cross the strait in the last 24 hours include cargo, container, and tanker vessels going in and out of the Gulf. U.S. is enforcing a blockade of Iranian ports. Ships that aren't visiting Iran's ports aren't subject to the blockade and are being allowed to transit freely. So now we control the Strait of Hormuz. Why the Trump administration ever let the Iranians give people the impression they were controlling it is beyond me. This should have been job 2 and job 3. The bombing campaign, taking out their air defense, their air forces, and their navy, got it. Their communications, got it. Job 2 should have been the capture of Karg Island and placing a Ranger battalion or a Marine battalion on the island to secure it and shutting down their economic lifeline. Job 3 should have been protecting the Strait of Hormuz and making sure demining ships are there and we were patrolling it. I don't understand how this is a strategic oversight in my view. It should have, or at least an operational, should have been paid attention to. Israel and Lebanon have agreed to hold more talks, but Hezbollah doesn't want the talks to go forward because they don't want peace. They want to murder Jews. J.D. Vance expected to lead a potential second round of negotiations with Iranian officials. And the ceasefire expires next week. Remember that. Both sides proposed to suspend uranium enrichment but cannot settle on a time frame. U.S. wants dismantling of major nuclear enrichment facilities. Here's the remains of U.S. aircraft remote airstrip in Iran following airman rescue operation. Oh, this is where they destroyed the aircraft. Okay. Burnt out remains of U.S. aircraft at a remote Iranian airstrip used in the daring rescue. Huh. Large black marks consistent with burnout remains of aircraft can be seen the eastern end of the runway. 50 kilometers south of the Sea of Esfahan. MJ-130s were the ones that were damaged. Here, let's see if I can zoom in on that. There we go. There you go. You can see it. There's the airfield. And you can see all the cars that pulled up alongside it there. Remote airfield. All right. So we used Iran's own airfields. I don't know anybody's mentioning that. We use their own airfields to do our rescue operations. That's funny. Well, the Census Bureau has released the new names. Thankfully, we don't have a surge. The most popular names in America aren't Mohammed and Aisha. No, they aren't. But we are seeing a development here that's concerning if you're an American citizen, unless you want to become an Asian country. The most popular last names in the U.S. might be unchanged from previous decade, but Asian surnames are the fastest growing. Smith, Johnson, Williams, Brown, and Jones remain the top 5 last names in the United States in 2020, as they were according in 2010. Most of the fastest growing last names from 2010 to 2020 were Asian. The top 3 of those were Zhang, Liu, and Wang. Rounding out the top 10 most common last names were Garcia, Miller, Rodriguez, Davis, and Martinez. The only change from 2010 was Rodriguez, which jumped ahead of Davis for the number 8 spot. The census tally showed the most popular first names for males were Michael, John, James, David, and Robert. Most common female names were Mary, Maria, Jennifer, Elizabeth, and Patricia. Not much has changed since 1990. All right. There you go. So there you go. I didn't hear anything about a Chinese ship ignoring the U.S. Navy. I heard about ship turned back. It wasn't allowed to go through. The Chinese ship won't be able to ignore the Navy. How can they do that? No. Do not trust the Iranians. So, South Africa has selected Roelf Meyer, the traitor to Afrikaners. according to most Afrikaners. Yeah. I can confirm President Ramaphosa appointed Roelf Meyer. Now, when I reported, it was unconfirmed because Vincent Magwenya had not said anything. He did this after I reported. So this was at 9:05 p.m. So that's 3 o'clock. So that would have been after I did my video. I did my video right before this, and it said unconfirmed. Now it's confirmed. Here, Errol Price says, fascinating. How will Mr. Meyer explain that the much-touted constitution which he helped to draft is little more than decorative wallpaper? South Africa's a haven for lawlessness, corruption, gangsters, in which the ANC and its acolytes do not bother to hide. Or is Mr. Meyer considering applying for refugee status at a suitable time? Well, he can't do it from the U.S., so that won't work. That's funny. Yeah. So, the toilet paper record also points out that Roelf Meyer will be the ambassador. This is a huge mistake. Another stupid, tone-deaf mistake by Cyril Ramaphosa, proving once again the man is not capable of leading the country. His appointment comes after his left vacant since March of last year. There you go. Yeah, the U.S. will accept his credentials. Sure, Nicole. There's no reason not to accept it. Roelf Meyer, there's no reason not to accept it. Why would they not accept it? They'll accept his credentials. Absolutely. And likely be that Trump will have a ceremony. Maybe even he'll go there rather than the Secretary of State. Yeah. So, yeah. No, that's, I'm sure they'll accept his credentials. Yeah. $1 billion exit. Shell is saying, bye-bye, South Africa. Another notable name. South Africa's energy sector set for historic shift as British oil major Shell enters advanced negotiations to sell its downstream assets to Abu Dhabi, and more Arabs and Muslims taking over South Africa as Shell is leaving the marketplace. 600 fuel stations and 10% of South Africa's retail fuel market. $1 billion. Yep. The proposed transaction covers 600 fuel stations across South Africa and could hand ADNOC close to 10% of the country's. So 10% of your fuel will be owned by Muslim Arabs from the Middle East. Yeah. And Shell's been in South Africa for a century, and now they're leaving. Another company that expresses its lack of confidence in South Africa. Yeah, most of the military despise Roelf Meyer for good reason. Yeah, well, the reason Roelf Meyer asked Cyril to become president is they're friends. They colluded together in the misery that South Africa is suffering now. Raising the percentage reported 10 minutes with Kool-Aid videos that a minimum of 220,000 white people will now lose their jobs. Well, it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, the game is over. South Africa is dead. It will collapse completely in the next 20 years. People will be running around like savages, stealing food and water before you know it. United Airlines CEO reportedly pitched a merger with American, sparking concerns, and rightly so. This two major airlines would reduce competition and raise prices even further and cost jobs. CEO of United Airlines is said to have pitched a blockbuster merger with American during a meeting with Donald Trump. Scott Kirby, who leads United, raised the prospect during an encounter. Scott Kirby is a filthy, nasty piece of human sludge. What he did to pilots during the lockdown. Including international flights, United and American were already the world's two biggest airlines by available capacity last year. Combination two carriers will be the largest consolidation move in the airline industry in at least a decade, combining the big four, United, American, Delta, and Southwest, which collectively control 74% of the passenger market, into the big three. It's unclear how Trump responded to Kirby's proposal. This must be stopped by the Federal Trade Commission. This cannot be allowed to happen. This is a merger that cannot be allowed to happen. Yes, it's true. A lot of Muslim mosques are being built in Texas, and Texans are trying to stop it. Yep. Winona, Rochester, Minnesota Bishop Robert Barron, who's a Trump ally, urges Trump to apologize to the Pope. So, a prominent Minnesota Catholic bishop with close ties to Trump has sharply criticized the president for his social media comments over the weekend, lambasting the Pope. The Pope has been critical of the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran, calling Trump's threat to destroy Iran's civilization as truly unacceptable. Well, while I found President Trump's comments over weekend on Easter Sunday and his subsequent comments to be repulsive and inappropriate, and not only to Christianity, to people of faith, but also to Muslims of faith, with his, praise be to Allah comment, sarcastic on Easter Sunday. While I found it to be repulsive and unacceptable, I also found it repulsive and unacceptable his image of him portraying himself as Christ that he posted on Truth Social. But President Trump has nothing to apologize to the Catholic pontiff for. The pontiff needs to take his nose and stick it somewhere else and deal with his flock and quit interfering in American politics. You are nothing. Control your vast, illicit, corrupt fortune that sits in St. Peter's Square and keep your nose out of American business. There's no reason for Trump to apologize to a faith that meddles in politics, a faith that has destroyed millions of lives over the centuries, a faith that full-heartedly sent generations of Europeans to their death in the Middle East in a foolhardy effort to control the Holy Land so that the church could become wealthy. You can shut your cake-hole, Mr. Catholic Bishop. President Trump has no one to apologize to. No one. Speaking of religion, the god of chaos. No, it's not religion. It's a massive asteroid. Will pass close to Earth in just a couple of years. A rare asteroid will soon be visible to the naked eye in a rare celestial event. Asteroid 99942 Apophis, named after the Egyptian deity of chaos, darkness, and fire, is expected to safely pass close to the Earth on April 13th, 2029. Within 20,000 miles of Earth, nearly 12 times closer than the Moon's average distance from Earth, and closer than many satellites in geosynchronous orbit, and making it one of the closest approaches ever recorded for an object its size in a very rare event. The approach will be visible to observers on the ground in the Eastern Hemisphere. Weather permitting, according to NASA, will be close enough that skywatchers won't need a telescope or binoculars to see it. When Apophis was first discovered in 2004, it was labeled a potentially hazardous asteroid because possibly it could impact Earth in 2029, 2036, or 2068. After closely tracking the asteroid in its orbit using orbital telescopes and ground-based radar, astronomers are now confident there's no risk from Apophis impacting for at least 100 years. The Earth's gravitational pull could change the orbit around the Sun as it passes in 2029, making the orbit slightly larger. But the risk of an impact would therefore remain the same. Apophis is the Greek name for the Egyptian god known as Apep. And there it is in an image in 2021 by radio telescope. The asteroid is a relic of the early solar system from about 4.6 billion years ago, made by leftover raw material that was never part of a planet or moon. Though its exact size and shape is unknown, it's a mean diameter of about 1,115 feet and a long axis of 1,480 feet, which is not that large, but still, it could end life as we know it if it hit Earth. There you go. So that's Apophis. And it's coming our way. 2029. Get ready for the end of days. Joan of Arc. Yeah. Well, those were Catholics. Yep. Look at the comparison. U.S. ambassador is known for identifying and calling out propaganda. Southern ambassador is known for spreading propaganda. You're right, Meerkat. That's a pretty funny thing to mention there. Yep. Yeah, the Catholic Church did burn thousands of people. Yep. The Inquisition. Okay, business tech. Let me go to business tech. That one's interesting. Okay, I'm going to read about that. See if I can find that story. Thank you. Yeah, Ron Post tap. Old friend is U.S. ambassador. So what's the name? I don't see that story. See, these stories don't pop up on my thing. So the United States doubles down in South Africa. Okay, let me read that. Copy. Business tech. Where's their search button at? There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. 19 hours ago. A year on from first announcing a swath of Liberation Day tariffs, the Trump administration doubling down on the tactic. With the investigation in South Africa, 59 countries, the next step in the scheme. Okay. So according to White House Deputy Press Secretary Kush Desai, Indian, 1 year on, the tariff strategy has proved highly successful in the United States, narrowing key trade deficits in 12 months. It has also become a key negotiation tool, he said, with the U.S. securing more than 20 trade deals with major partners. The president has leveraged the strength of the American economy, the largest consumer market in the world, to get better terms for American workers and businesses. Yep. In the South African context, the Department of Trade, Industry, and Competition has been in active negotiation with the U.S. since the announcement. Really? Where? There's no record of this. South Africa's approach has been strictly trade-based. The United States' approach to negotiations on political and policy terms. Okay, what else? Tariffs are here to stay. Ongoing Section 301 investigations and national security tariffs under Section 232 as a mechanism will allow the administration to expand its reach. It was announced in March of this year. Hearings are scheduled for April 28th. So what does it say? It doesn't say what the investigation is about, though. Okay, that really doesn't say anything. Legal war is brewing in Neisner. Residents and other stakeholders refuse to accept collapsing service delivery and leadership instability. Neisner's beginnings date back to 1804 when George Rex, a British entrepreneur created with founding Neisner, purchased land, effectively settling the area. Small seaside town was only officially established in 1871, making it 155 years old. Located between George and Plettenberg Bay, been there, it has long attracted wealthy South Africans and foreign buyers. Okay. Struggling to deliver a lot of the services. The municipal dump is piling up. Sewage pump stations are flooding into the estuary and polluting it. We had a 234 million rand surplus. We thought we could now start putting money in infrastructure. However, when they checked the adjustment budget, the surplus was only 14 million. Where did the money go? Theft. Stolen. And who runs NISA? The DA? Okay. Let's see who runs NISA. Okay. ANC, and with the Patriotic Alliance. That's right, Patriotic Alliance took over. Yep. Okay, there you go. Let's take a look at the vote. So the DA has 35% of the vote, ANC 33%, PA 7%. Yeah. 46,800 votes. The DA can only manage 16,500. 8 out of 21 seats. Yeah, but ANC didn't always run nice, though. No party got a majority in 2020. The DA then formed a minority coalition with NICE independent movement. DA's Julie Lopez was elected as speaker in 2021. Yeah. Until 2022, the DA ran the city. And pretty much, with the exception of 4 years from 2000 to 2011, the DA has run it effectively since 2006. Yep. Yep. So we can blame others, but the DA bears responsibility for this mess. 41% black, 34% colored, 22% white. Afrikaans is the first language of over half the population. Yep. Which means Xhosa is the largest black group at 28%, but 41% of the population is black, which means that a big percentage of the blacks in Iceland's first language is Afrikaans, which is something I've been telling people for a long time. The assault on Afrikaans is unwarranted. It's spoken by all South Africans as a first language. Thank you, Broken Arrow. Okay. All right, we got 100 votes. Time to close it now. So, end the poll. 9 people think that Roelf Meyer is more of an Afrikaner than me. Okay, fair enough. Yes, Roelf is the man. So that's been confirmed now. Yep. Oh well. Oh well. Licensing dams and boreholes in the farms to use as a spill point comes into play. Jeez. Cheap China shops and a lot of Nigerians there. Okay. Yeah, Siggy's happy she sold her farm for all this. Yep. Winnie, take care. Okay. Who doesn't get the Bormices? Roelf Meyer. Yeah, I don't think he's saying Bormice. Carl Rasmus. Yep. Public must comment on the government's control of dams, rivers, around. This is, it's a fascist government. They're just communists trying to take everything. They're trying to take over everything. George is being overrun now. Yikes, that's crazy. Well, George isn't far from nice, though. And then it'll be Mossel Bay. And then it'll all be gone. It'll all be gone. Yep. Okay, so I will be interviewing Courtney Mulder on Thursday. Okay, 1300, that's 7 a.m. for me. Cool beans. All right, let me set that up. Schedule that now. I'll give him the link with okay, it will be Thursday. Thursday, 7 a.m. Okay, cool. It's Wednesday, Thursday. Oops. Oh, it's midnight now. It just flipped over on me. Today's tax day, folks. That's it. If they haven't got their taxes in, they're screwed. This is the last chance. Okay. Yeah, that's what I got to do too. Okay, hang on a second here. Okay, cool. He wants some. Okay, let me go here. Okay. USCIS. I'm going to their site now. Look up Mel and Pete Fillon's number. Oh, it's really slow, though. Did my internet go down? What's going on here? There we go. Okay. 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 All right. Huh. Oh, jeez. All right, sorry, folks. Distracted there. Didn't mean to blow you off. Night of Justice, no. The beard has no impact. You would think that the beard is something that's warm. No. In the wintertime, doesn't keep me warmer. In the summer, it doesn't matter. Even when it's 89 degrees now, the beard has no impact. But I do trim the beard frequently. It's time for it to be trimmed up again. So just haven't done it. And I'm contemplating it just going away altogether. You know, it's not used to having a beard. Still getting used to it. But it's become a bit of a trademark. Rick Heron, what's going on, man? Pat Schultz? No, I've just driven through Nyssa. I've never actually been in Nyssa. I was with Rob Hutchinson from DRSA. Farm had water mineral rights, so how will they go about properties? Yeah, I don't know. That's in America we have rights. I understand that. How do I contact U.S. government officials behind? Well, you have to write to them. You have to write to the officials. Which one is that? Is that the House bill or John Kennedy's bill in the Senate? Look them up. And who is it? What's his name? Ronnie Jackson. Representative Ronnie Jackson. They have a standardized thing how you can contact them. Okay. Contact. Email me. Okay, here you go. Oh, this says you got to be in his district. So I don't know how to do this then. Wow. Okay, well, I guess they won't take your email unless you're in his district. Well, that's crap. Yeah, well, there's no way to contact him that way. So I don't know what to say. That's odd. That's weird. Yep. I don't know. So you can look up an address for him somewhere. Shave it off, says Nicola. I don't know about that. Anyway, guys. All right, so I've got 3 more days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, of this War College thing. So down to the final run here. So I've got to check some mail real quick before I hit the rack and get some sleep. I was wiped out earlier. I fell asleep after I came back from Veterans Organization. I had to have an emergency meeting tonight to discuss some things as a board and to deal with an issue. And I came back and I was wiped out. So, yeah, it's time for me to check my mail and get some rest. Why is it every time I'm drinking water, Arctic is never here? The one time I pull out a Starbucks, he moans about me drinking sugar. Look at this, I'm drinking water. Oh, that's the good water, Deer Park. No wonder it tastes good. None of that other crap I had. This was trampling people's existing contracts. Yep. Yeah, the laws they're incongruent with one another. All right, everybody, I'll see you tomorrow, and look forward to chatting with you guys. Please share info on water rights on groups. Okay, Lon, I wasn't talking about water rights. Someone else was. Okay, all right, you guys take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you later on. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done it. What is this? Not on here. What are you talking about, Bore Wi-Fi? What did Guy say? You're telling him not on here. Oh, he can say that on here. Don't worry about that. But good luck with finding him. You just do a search and look for him, but you can't get him his website. Picks you drinking water, sir. Oh, that's good. Jarrett Rugg, have a good night. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later on. Thanks for being here. Be sure to check out my videos from earlier. Please help drive up the numbers of my videos from earlier if you don't mind. The ones on the announcement of the ambassador and the other ones I put out today. Appreciate it. Thanks. Just look under videos on the tab for the channel, and you'll see the most recent videos, and go watch some of those. All right? Cheers. Take care. I'll see you guys later on. Appreciate your support tonight. And there it is.